recording? Yes. It's just a label for society to put on you because you're a little bit different. Okay. I haven't made a video in a couple weeks. I've had, maybe not necessarily a lot going on, but a lot happening at once, and I have a lot of thoughts going on, so I feel like I haven't been able to filter out which one works best. And I've had old videos, but they don't seem to have a good feeling for what I want to put out into the world. I have like a GoPro screen in the background, and it's really distracting because I'm like mirroring myself. That's an ugly word. So I don't know, I'm so out of breath or like anxious about talking like this. So something that's important to me is ADD and ADHD. I have been diagnosed with it since I was 7. I took amphetamines to kind of help correct it when I was a kid, and I guess it helped me a little bit. It was just to help me focus on things that weren't interesting to me. And being an adult, that's just kind of crazy to me because, and this is where I'm gonna get like weird and deep, and if you don't agree, that's fine, but this is just my view on the whole thing. I thought that I would contribute, considering I was on Adderall for a lot of my life. 7 to 22, I think I stopped taking it. I mean, 15 years of my life, that's more than half of my whole life. So, but now I don't. Now I don't, because I don't think that ADHD is something that you're supposed to treat. I think that it's just part of who we are. I don't think that you can put 20 kids in a classroom and expect them all to learn the same way or all be interested in the same things or focus on the same things. So I think that being ADD just kind of makes you outside of the box. You're interested in a lot of things and you're willing to work hard for a lot of things, but they're just not necessarily the things that everybody else is into. There's 2 forms of ADD. I think that there's one that is just like a little bit different. Like, you don't want to learn about math and you don't want to learn about economics and all of that. Well, I mean, no, that doesn't sound right either. You're interested in what you're interested in. You have a hard time focusing on all the other stuff. And then I think there's also like sensory overload. Like, there's just too many options, too many things that you have a hard time picking one and going with it. So you just do nothing instead. But then like, wow, you just have to make a choice, huh? It doesn't matter. And I think that Einstein says it best when he talks about the let's see what the actual quote is. Hold on. Let's Google his fish quote. I'm sure you know the one I'm talking about. This one. This is what I think sums up ADD the most. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So I think that being ADD is like that little fish, and you're looking up at the top of the tree and all of your bird friends are up there and they're just like living it up, and you want to be as happy as the people that are on the top of that tree. But you can't get there because you're a fish, and you try and you try and you try and you swim and you swim and you jump and you just don't get there. So I think that it's just the fish realizing that they can have the happiness that the birds have at the top of the trees, but in the deepest part of the ocean, to be able to use the resources that you have and the things that you're interested in and dig deeper. And I think that that's what ADD's like. And if you don't agree with any of this, that's fine. It's okay to have different opinions and views on things, but this is just mine, so maybe somebody can relate, or maybe somebody has been looking for information about what ADD is, or, you know what I mean? Even when I was 7, I didn't, and still now, I'm kind of like, I don't really know what it is. It's just a label for society to put on you because you're a little bit different. And you know what? whatever. I think we all have a little bit of ADD. There's always something that we're just kind of like, eh. And some of us just, I don't know, we just don't have like the decision-making mechanisms that other people do. But I think over time, and the more that you realize this, you can start to add it into your life very slowly, and then it starts becoming part of your everyday life, and you just keep growing, and you just kind of put yourself into places that you feel more comfortable than what maybe Abby down the street likes to do. Like, we don't all need to be the same. And I think that's really important. And I think that the more people that embrace that they are different, no matter what it is that you don't like about yourself, like, who cares? Just live. Just live and do your thing and be happy. And you know what? You're not always going to be happy, and that's okay too. Sometimes it's okay to kind of take a break and just like refine your groove, because when you take that break, I think you learn a lot about yourself and where you want to project yourself to. Life's like this, you know, you got to kind of just like realize there's up and downs, and I don't want to get into this in this episode or video, whatever, but I also feel the same way about like depression and depression medications, and I understand that people sometimes need a little help, but at the same time we need to go through these emotions, and sometimes we just kind of, I don't know, we gotta talk to people and be okay about learning about ourselves before we can start taking pills. I can't even believe they have like an antidepressant medication for antidepressants. Like, okay, cool. So I'm back. I'm just trying to figure it out. Just need a little break and like redevelop. So we'll see. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's all I got. Thanks for listening to my, it's kind of a rant, but it's kind of just not. There's nothing funny about that video. How can I make that video funny? It's not a funny thing for me. It's a very serious thing. I'm gonna have to work on that. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please make sure to subscribe. It is down here somewhere. That's all I got. How can I make that funny? Life's like this.